Okay, yeah, this is me, DM11, back here, well, technically, just starting again, this is the DM11 podcast, it's mostly probably just gonna be me talking, like, to myself, um, basically, there will be other guests on the show, like, eventually, probably not right away, but there will be, like, some guest eventually. I don't know how many people, but there'll be some guest eventually. I don't know, like how soon or whatnot, but just be prepared for kind of just me talking for a while. Now, I don't want to make these an hour long, I don't think, but I want to make them about like 30 minutes, 20 minutes around there, maybe a little bit longer. But this is just the first episode. Let's kind of get into a couple of the topics. So first, let me talk about how this isn't my first podcast. About like December of 2021, I tried to do a podcast. Only was one episode. It was called the DM11 podcast. Um, I kind of want to just simple it, make the name more simple, and kind of rebrand to just the DM11 podcast. And I'm not going to be forcing like questions like how I was on that one. I'm just going to be talking basically. Now if I sound a little awkward or whatever, like weird right now, or like tired, I have been up for almost 16 hours, maybe longer. So maybe it wasn't the smartest choice to make this right now, but whatever. Also, I haven't talked in a few hours, so yeah. My voice might sound a little weird right now, but whatever. Um, that old podcast, it failed. Like, I only did one episode. I tried to do it, and I was gonna have, like, guests, but that just didn't work out. Um, this one, now, yes, I am gonna be on Fortnite. Like, I'm not gonna be playing this time. I'm just gonna be sitting in the Fortnite lobby. I might sometimes change it up where I am playing, but I'm not always going to be on, like, Fortnite. Sometimes I might be on, like, 2K, MLB The Show, Rocket League, I don't know, what, just different games. But I feel like for this first one, I'll just be on Fortnite. As you guys can see, my level is not high. We have about less than a month of this season, and I'm only level 23. We'll see what I can do. I'll try to at least get to 100, maybe a little bit higher. Um, One thing I want to shout out, Kenny Beecham. He's like my favorite like YouTuber, one of my favorite YouTubers, probably my favorite basketball YouTuber. He's known as King of the Fourth Quarter, Kenny for Real. He's got a podcast with some of his friends called Through the Wire. That one's pretty good, but I'm really enjoying his new podcast. Technically not a podcast, but it's called Not an NBA Podcast. Really good, and that kind of inspired me to do this. Um, we'll see how this goes. Uh, so far, he's done 3 episodes. Um, I've only listened to one of them so far, but I will listen to other ones, and I'll stay tuned for what's up, or like what's up and coming for that. I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah. I do have to mention a couple of things about this channel. Probably a big one is Fortnite Players is ending. Um, many of you like who have been subscribed to my channel, and for you guys who are just first witnessing like my channel from this podcast, most of you probably aren't, but whatever. Fortnite Players has been my most popular like series I've done, and it's basically just live streaming, me doing live streams of me playing with my friends, and that normally consisted of me, Harrison, and then my cousin Addison. Me and my cousin Addison, me and him were really good friends, but stuff has been said, more his side, but I said some stuff too, but I, like, never did I didn't, like, say anything as bad as he did, but, I just decided to cut it off and be done with, like, dealing with him, and, me and him are no longer speaking, and that's probably gonna be for a while. I don't know if I can forgive him, and, well, I can probably forgive him. Well, I don't know. The relationship will never be the same. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I'm sorry if I keep saying, I don't know why I keep saying it, but, Fortnite players lasted, it started out January 11th, 2020, and it just went on. Ended up having 24, episodes. There technically should be 25. One of the episodes got banned, probably from, language, I'm guessing. I'm fine with that. Now, I was going to end off the series with a 3-part finale. So basically, so GOAT Fortnite Players was like the final, version of the, like, Fortnite players, and there was GOAT Fortnite Players 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And 6 was called Finale. Let me see what it was called. It was called GOAT Fortnite Players 6, a Fortnite Players Finale. And it was called 1. And then there's going to be 2, and then there's going to be 3. It was going to be like, Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Basically, it was going to be like that, but it was going to be a 3-part finale. Right after that, like, a few weeks after that, me and Addison kind of had our falling out. And, yeah. I decided just to end the series now. End it where we were all, like, friends. And it's a big part of my YouTube channel. I spent 3 years doing these streams, and there is 2 other hosts. The 2 other main Fortnite players, Harrison and Addison, also got to be the main, like, person where they were at my house and they controlled the, my, like, profile. That was interesting. Harrison's was in the 4th episode. I don't even know if he really talked in that too much. I don't know. And then Addison's was, I think, one of the, it was one of the earlier ones, probably 7 through 9, one of those ones, I think. I don't know. But the series, it lasted 3 years. It had a good run, but I think it's time for the channel to go in another direction. Stay tuned for the future, because I do have some plans for another series similar to Fortnite Players. I'm not completely for sure about what it is yet, but just stay tuned for the future. I also want to mention, Botbusters, 4. So far there's been Botbusters 2, and then Botbusters 3. Those don't come out too often, but stay tuned. Botbusters 4 is in the works. I don't know when it will come out, but it'll eventually come out. It just depends on when, not if. It is going to happen. It just depends on when it happens. It'll probably any time from this year to early 2024. It's probably the window of when it will come out. It could probably come out Fortnitemares during that time. One thing I will say, I don't think Fortnitemares Players has ended yet. I do kind of feel like continuing that. So stay tuned during Halloween when Fortnitemares happens. Stay tuned for that. So yeah, Botbusters and then Fortnitemares, those are two Fortnite series. They're going to continue on the channel. Also, this one is one that I'm a little more excited about. The solo experience. Now, it's kind of an experimental, like series, I guess. Basically, in it, I just play Fortnite without me talking, and then I listen to music, and then I make the album, the playlist, basically, and then I share it on like YouTube so you guys can listen to it. I didn't do one for the first one because I just listened to Yeezus while doing the first one, but then the second and third one I made playlist for. The second one is kind of like a very rock, like 70s, 80s, some 60s, not too many 60s, but mainly 70s, 80s rock. And then the third one was mainly rap, a little bit of R&B, but mainly rap. And then this newest one, stay tuned for the future. Solo Experience 4 eventually will come out. Now, I might do it where it's a 2 or 3-parter. I'm not for sure yet, but 4 has a very long soundtrack. There is 60 songs, I'm pretty for sure. And it's just a mixture of all kinds of stuff. You got just all kinds of stuff. Stay tuned for that. I already have it on Spotify. I made the playlist. And then I have it on YouTube as well. So I'll probably do a video after or probably before I do the Solo Experience 4, I'll probably do a video like showing where you can find it on Spotify or YouTube. I think if you just look up Solo Experience 4 IV, you can find it on like Spotify. I don't know. That'll come out eventually. Probably this season of Fortnite because I need to start playing more to level up. So that's probably up and coming pretty soon. Next up, let's get on to Utopia. Travis Scott's very anticipated album. It's been since 2018 since he's made like Astroworld, and then in 2019 he had the Jack Boys, but that wasn't like his main album. That was a like group album, kind of like a Cruel Summer, Kanye, kind of like that. But honestly, I think it was worth the wait. Utopia, I've only listened to it once, but I really like the album. So far, it's my favorite album of 2023. I'm waiting for it to get released physical so I can buy it. I'll probably try to get all the different CD variants. Probably my favorite of the 5 covers, though, is just the normal one. Even though I don't think it's great. I think there could have been better. I don't know. I don't think really he'll ever beat Rodeo's cover. Both versions, I think. I honestly prefer the deluxe one, but he removed that one on Spotify now. But both Rodeo covers are really good, and Rodeo is just an amazing album. Travis Scott is probably one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite like rappers currently. He's one of Kanye's like I don't know I don't know how to, he's kind of like, Kanye was one of his mentors, similar to Kid Cudi, how Kanye was one of his mentors. Um, this album, I could really hear some Kanye influence. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Yeezus, I'm pretty sure, some of the stuff. Uh, just some of the noises he was doing reminded me of Kanye in it. Utopia, I'm gonna have to listen to it more. I'm not the biggest fan of the single K-pop with The Weeknd, and I think it's Bad Bunny. It's either Bad Bunny or J Balvin. I can't remember. Pretty sure it's Bad Bunny though. And I'm a big fan of The Weeknd, but I don't know. That song's not the best. I do like the song. The Weeknd's in this song. I think it's called like Circus. Let me see. Let me look up Utopia real quickly. Yeah, Circus Maximus. It's named after Travis Scott's movie that came out, I think, the day before the album. Yeah, that'll be interesting, but that song was pretty good. I don't know, it's a good album. I'm gonna have to listen to it a couple more times before I can like have a like full opinion and like name which songs are like my absolute favorites. But overall, it was pretty good. Like the only song that wasn't the biggest was like the lead single, which is K-pop. I don't know. It's okay. Maybe it'll grow on me. I wasn't the biggest fan of I can't think of it. Oh, Take My Breath. The Weeknd from Dawn FM. Wasn't the biggest fan of that like when it first released as a single, but then with it on the album, it became my favorite song on the album. I do like a couple other ones on there, but that one's probably my favorite on Dawn FM. And yeah, it's kind of just interesting. Sometimes my opinion changes on like stuff. You have to kind of listen to an album more than once to have a final opinion on it, I think. I don't know, that's why it takes me a lot longer to listen to albums, because I like listening to them more and more than just once. I've listened to Rodeo so many times. That's one of my favorite albums. I need to get that on vinyl and CD. Birds in the Night, or yeah, I think it's Birds in the Night. Wait, no, Birds in the Trap. Sing McKnight. His second album, I don't know, you can tell it's kind of rushed. It's not as good as Rodeo, definitely not. But it was decent. No, I don't think... I don't know, I don't think... It's definitely not as good as Utopia. And it's not as good as Rodeo. I still need to listen to Astroworld fully. I've listened to it. Like, I've listened to it, I'm pretty sure, before. But I really don't remember. Like, I remember, like, the big, like, songs. But I need to just, like, re-listen to it, like, 2 times. So I can have, like, an opinion on that. But I think Birds would probably be last. Then I have Utopia, which Utopia, I still have to listen to it a few more times. But then Rodeo, there's just something about Rodeo. That's an amazing album. I've heard some people say Astroworld's better, and then I've heard some just say Rodeo's better, so we'll see what my opinion is on that. Hopefully it doesn't take 5 years for the next Travis Scott album. We'll see. Next, I want to talk about... I like movies. I want to talk about the 3 movies I've seen in movie theaters so far this year. Technically, I've actually seen 4. I saw Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary in movie theaters this year. That doesn't really count as a new movie though, but that was an awesome experience to see an original Star Wars movie in movie theaters, and I watched it on this like super big screen. It was at Cinemark. I don't even know what the screen was called, but it was really big. Just a really nice experience. It was fun. There wasn't too many people in there, so yeah, that was pretty good. The next movie I saw was the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and overall, I thought it was a really good movie. It's not like the greatest movie of all time, but it's just a fun movie. And if you're a fan of Mario and like Nintendo, you'll really like the movie and appreciate it more than like someone who's not really into like Mario and Nintendo like that. But I'm a like really big Mario fan, so I thought it was pretty good. I thought Chris Pratt was pretty good in it. Uh, Charlie Day's Luigi was good, and then Jack Black as Bowser was amazing. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was fine. Uh, yeah, he did pretty good. The only one that sounded a little weird was Cranky Kong. He was played by Uncle Fester and Wednesday. I can't think of his name, but he plays Uncle Fester in Wednesday, so that's all I can really say. I don't know. Mario movie was pretty good. I think some people were overreacting about the hate on it. I think it was just a fun movie, and it's a movie where kids and adults can all enjoy it. Next movie I saw after that was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That is an amazing movie. I've seen 2 Chris Pratt movies, and they're the 2 highest grossing movies so far this year, with Mario having over $1 billion, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is almost at 900 million. I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but should be able to get to 900 million. That comes out on Blu-ray and 4K and DVD on the 1st of August. So I'll get that. And then it releases on Disney Plus on August 2nd. So if any of you have Disney Plus and have never seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet, I highly recommend watching it. Really good movie. I think it's the best movie I've seen so far this year. Like, new movie. Now, I have not seen Across the Spider-Verse yet. I know. How have I not seen it? I don't know. I'll have to go see it soon. If I don't see it, like, in movie theaters, I'll get the Blu-ray. I am gonna get that when it comes out. For sure. I really like Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know why I never ended up going to see Across the Spider-Verse. Sucky thing is my local movie theater just closed down. So now I have to go to the other like movie theater that's in another town, and it's farther. I have to go over the bridge and all that, so kind of sucks, but maybe I'll go see it at Cinemark. We'll see. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that movie is amazing. It's an emotional movie. Like, there's a couple of parts in the movie where you just feel a little sad. Rocket scenes, and then the whole, like, team just kind of... This is kind of like their last, like, adventure. I'm not going to spoil too much about it, but I highly recommend it, and I can't wait to see what is next for Star-Lord. But yeah, let's not get too carried away and spoil the whole movie. The next movie that I watched was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm probably going to go see the movie a second time. Of what I've seen of the movie, like the first viewing, I liked it. I don't think it's as good as the first 3 movies. Definitely not. That's going to be really hard, though. Those are some, like, really good movies. Raiders, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade. Those are some really good movies. Raiders is my favorite movie from 81. Last Crusade's my favorite movie from 89. Temple of Doom is my second movie from 84. Favorite movie from 84 is Ghostbusters. We'll talk about Ghostbusters in a little bit, but just the original trilogy is amazing. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I feel it's very overhated. I It is what introduced me to the movie. One day I was just like looking through my like movie cabinet and I found that, I don't know, it interested me. And so I grabbed it, put it in the DVD player and watched it, and ever since then I was an Indiana Jones fan. I was probably about around three or four, and ended up getting the original like trilogy, the original like DVD. I still have that. I kind of collect movies. I have the DVDs, the Blu-rays, even the 4Ks, Ultra HD, and I even have the VHSs. I think that's the only one I have all of those for, but yeah, Indy. I'm really big into collecting for this franchise. It's one of my favorite movie franchises. I think there's so much more they can do with it still. I don't really think they have to make any more movies. They maybe could make one more, I don't know. But I think there could be a cartoon similar to the Clone Wars. I would rather have 2D animation, but they'd probably do 3D, so whatever. But Indiana Jones cartoon where it kind of takes place in the 30s, 40s, that'd be interesting. I think definitely do some video games. I'm pretty for sure Bethesda is working on an Indiana Jones game. At the moment, it's supposed to be going to be an Xbox exclusive. I hope not. I hope it's on Xbox and PlayStation. Because if not, I'm going to have to buy a Series X, which, yeah, I don't really want to buy a Series X right now. I'll eventually get one because I do collect, like, video game consoles. But I don't need one now. And then I also think, do books. I don't know how long it's been since they've done Indiana Jones books, but they could do that. Comics. That'd be interesting. Marvel could do the comics. They do the Star Wars comics. Also, my number one like thing, I want them to do a short round spin-off. He's made and come back in acting. He's won awards. He's back, like he's after like 30 years basically of not acting. He's like a pretty big actor now. He's on like this Disney Plus show. He's on Loki season 2. There's just a bunch of stuff. Disney wants him now and all their stuff. I think they should make a short round spin-off. Take some time on it, make a good script. Get Harrison Ford, pay him some money to have a cameo appearance, and I think that could be pretty good. And well, not like a recurring role in the movie. I think that would be pretty good. Not in the movie, in the show. I don't think they should do another like movie. But let's get back to Dial of Destiny. Overall, I like the movie. I'm kind of conflicted on if I like that or Kingdom of the Crystal Skull better. There's pros and cons in both movies. I don't know. I'm not for sure which one I like more. It'll probably take a year or two for me to decide that because, I don't know, the Indiana Jones franchise is just one of my favorite movie franchises. I don't think there is a single bad movie in the franchise. Thank God it didn't end like how Die Hard ended. That was sad. Die Hard, yeah. First Die Hard, absolutely amazing. Second one, good, but not as good as the first one. And third one, really good as well. I'd say the third one's the second best. And then you get the fourth one. Fourth one is kind of like the second one. Not as good, but the fourth one, very action-packed, still good for an older Bruce Willis in it, John McClane. And then the fifth one just, it could have been good like with his son, but it was just boring and it just sucked. I don't know. I don't like Die Hard 5. And it sucks that it's the end of the franchise. They'll probably reboot it. That sucks. Bruce Willis was amazing in that role as John McClane. But let's get back to Indy. Dial of Destiny, really good. I'm going to mention the opening. The opening 15-20 minutes shows a younger Indiana. Kind of looks like how he does on Fortnite right here. He's supposed to be like 44 or 45 in the scene though, so that maybe should have made him look a little bit older, but whatever. Really good. It looked really good. Now you can tell it's like CGI or whatever, but it looked really good. Probably the best it's ever looked for that. Like CGI of a younger actor. Now the one thing, the voice sounded off. That's the only thing. I really liked the whole like scene, but his voice sounded off, which I know an 80-year-old Harrison Ford trying to sound like how he did when he was 40, it's not gonna sound the same. His voice has changed in 40 years. But I think they should have did what they did with no. Well, I think it was Mandalorian / Book of Boba Fett, where they had it where it sounded like Mark Hamill when he was younger. I think overall that was pretty good. Now it didn't sound perfect, but I think that would have been better for the opening than hearing an 80-year-old Harrison Ford. But I really liked seeing Indiana at like 70, 71. No, he's supposed to be 70 in it, even though Harrison Ford's 80. But I liked seeing an older Indiana. He's kind of having a rough period in life. A lot of stuff's going wrong. But he gets to have one potentially final adventure, and overall I think it was pretty good, and the ending was pretty good. There's two emotional parts in the movie that had me almost like tearing up. Well, probably did have me tearing up. I'm not going to mention too much, but I'm not going to mention the first one because that one you're just going to have to see. And then the ending where him and Marion reunite, basically. Those are some emotional scenes. Have you almost, have you tearing up, I guess. Overall, thought Indy was pretty good. Out of the three, I'm not gonna put Return of the Jedi in this, but out of the three movies, honestly, I don't even know how to rank them. Like, I feel like Guardians is number one. Then, I don't know, Indy or Mario, both were fun movies for me, and both are some, like, franchises that it's, like, one of my top video game franchises, and then one of my favorite movie franchises. Overall, I was pleased with both movies, but I think Guardians is the best out of them, but I'll have to rewatch them all, and, like, decide which one's the best, because out of those three, I don't know, same with music, you have to watch a movie more than once to have like a final opinion, I feel like. And same thing with music. I think music more, but I don't know, movies kind of have to watch it a second time to have your final opinion. I also want to mention some shows I've been watching. I was trying to rewatch the 87 Ninja Turtles. I was watching it, but then I kind of stopped, and I'm probably just going to have to restart it again, which that's fine. I like the 87 Ninja Turtles. They're goofy, but big fan of the Ninja Turtles. Every iteration of them, basically. Only one I'm not the biggest fan of is the Next Mutation, but yeah, whatever. Then I watched all of My Name is Earl during the summer. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's just a really good show. If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. I don't know what it's on right now. It used to be on Netflix, but I own them on DVD. I own the complete series. It does suck. It ends with a cliffhanger, and then the show got canceled. But it's just an amazing show, and even though it has a kind of sucky ending that it never got finished, it's a great show, great characters. It's a little weird, but it's funny. And the actor Jason Lee, who plays Earl, he wants to play Earl again. Hopefully they do a I think they should just do a sequel show, basically, kind of like how there's Full House and then Fuller House, or how they did Will and Grace and then they came back and it was Will and Grace again. Same thing with why can't I think of the show? Oh, X-Files. That show was gone for like 10, 15 years and then they came back. So maybe I think they should do that now. It's gonna be, if they did ever come back with the show, they can't like, they're gonna just have to mention the cliffhanger, but it's not gonna be like, it's gonna be completely different, but I think it would still be good. I think all the actors on that show just did a really good job in their characters. I've watched a little bit of Seinfeld during summer. Man, it's getting really good. I'm on like season 3. They were on a bus. I think that might have been one of the best episodes of the show. Or at least so far of what I've watched, that was a really good episode. Just funny. I don't know, Seinfeld's a funny show. Costanza's really funny. Kramer's funny. Elaine's funny. Jerry's funny. They're all funny. I think Costanza, though, is the funniest because, I don't know, he's just so pathetic. And currently, at the point where I'm watching it, he has no job. So it's just funny. And I don't know, thinks he's better than everybody, but he's just pathetic. I don't know. And then Kramer's just so weird but funny. Elaine and Jerry are funny in their ways too. What else have I watched? Oh, okay. I just started watching Star Wars Rebels. I was gonna watch Clone Wars first, but I decided to wait because Clone Wars has 7 seasons and I want to watch all of Rebels before Ahsoka that comes out. So I'm gonna finish Rebels before Ahsoka comes out. I already finished the first season. I've already got like 4 episodes into season 2, and I'm hooked on the show at the moment, so that'll be interesting to see how like the story continues. So far though, I'm really liking it, and yeah, it sucks I already know that Kanan's gonna die, but whatever. It's a good show. I also want to mention some movies that I haven't seen this year that I want to see. So I already told you about Across the Spider-Verse. I have to go see that like soon. I really have to go see that. Also, I kind of wanted to see The Flash, but I've heard it's not that good. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. I might watch on HBO, but when it goes on there, I don't know. I'm just mainly wanting to see it just for Michael Keaton's return as Batman. And that's basically all I've heard about the movie. That's the only good thing about the movie, him. And then the rest of it's not that good, so that sucks. I hope they make a sequel to Batman Returns. I know it probably is very unlikely, but I would love to see Michael Keaton return like as Batman in his own movie. Now, I wouldn't mind it being Batman. Why can't I think of the name? Batman Beyond. I wouldn't mind that. I just want to see Michael Keaton in the role and kind of be like the star or the second one, not like how it is in The Flash. I just want to see him as Batman one more time in his own movie. But we'll see. It was supposedly going to happen if the Flash was a success, but I think that's probably not happening now because the Flash bombed. But yeah, I also want to see Creed 3. I'm a big fan of the Rocky franchise. It is the first Rocky / Creed movie without Rocky, without Stallone in it, so yeah, that'll be interesting. I think it'll be good, but it does suck. They should have at least had him as like a cameo just a small part, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to also watch Ant-Man. I never watched Ant-Man. I wanted to go see Ant-Man and Creed 3 in movie theaters, but I just never ended up going to see it, so yeah, that kind of sucks, but I can get it on Blu-ray and watch it. Creed 3 and well, I can actually watch Creed 3 and Ant-Man on Amazon Prime and Disney Plus, so I do have other options, but I do like owning the physical copies of the movies. I collect movies. I collect a lot of stuff actually, so yeah, if you didn't know that, you know that now, I guess. I just collect tons of stuff, and at this point it's probably I collect so much stuff it's not even funny, but I'm gonna keep collecting stuff, I guess. Uh, what else? I think that's basically most of the movies I missed that I wanted to see. Here are some upcoming movies I kind of want to see. Blue Beetle, somewhat. I'm not for sure yet. I do want to see the new Ninja Turtles movie. Big fan of the Ninja Turtles. I probably will go... I will go see Mutant Mayhem, but it just depends on when. I probably won't go see it opening night. Barbie, that just came out. I don't think I'll see it in movie theaters, but I'll watch it whenever it comes out on like something. Oppenheimer, I want to go see that, but I might. It's a 3-hour movie. I kind of might just wait till it releases on Blu-ray to get it, so I can wait on Oppenheimer. Barbie, I can wait on, but Ninja Turtles, I will go see that. And I think that's about it. I don't really know what else is releasing. Most of the anticipated stuff that I wanted to see came out already. Indiana, Mario movie, Guardians. I should probably just go see Across the Spider-Verse sooner than later before it's out of movie theaters. But yeah, that's my other like anticipated movie that I wanted to see and I haven't seen, so I should probably go see that, and then Ninja Turtles. I do want to mention the whole movie like strikes, the actors strikes, uh, the like movie, the studios or whatever, executives, all that stuff. They have to figure it out. They have to get this shit figured out, basically. I don't know. A lot of movies are getting postponed now, so that'll be interesting to see. The big one for me is Ghostbusters 4 got postponed, which I'm fine with, but hopefully we get some trailers sooner than later. It'll probably be a little bit though, but I don't know. Ghostbusters 4 I think got postponed to March, and then Beyond the Spider-Verse got postponed where there's no date now for the movie, so that kind of sucks. And I know the movie ends with kind of like a cliffhanger, so people are gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Also, Deadpool 3 has stopped filming because of the whole strike, so that sucks because I really wanted to see Deadpool 3. I will see it eventually, but I wanted to see it sooner than later, but I'll wait. It'll be cool to see Wolverine, Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Also, recently I watched The Adam Project for the first time. It's a Netflix movie. Probably all you guys have seen it by now. It's like a year-old movie. Pretty good. Not like the greatest ever, but it was a pretty good like Netflix movie. Better than Red Notice. Way better than Red Notice. Definitely. But yeah, that's basically I think all I wanted to talk about for movies. Mainly Ghostbusters 4 comes out in March, and Beyond the Spider-Verse is postponed. I do think there's one more thing I want to mention before I end this episode. I want to mention some recent pickups. I got it just today, technically yesterday, but I'm still up, so I'm gonna just count it as today. But I went to my local music store, and they sell CDs, vinyl, cassette, all that type of stuff. I mainly just collect CDs and vinyl, but I do kind of want to get into cassettes, but I want to find cassettes in better condition, I guess. But let's just get into what I got. So I got this, it's called Unbridled Funk and Roll For Your Soul, limited edition, 4-track CD. It says 3 unreleased cuts, including Castle's Live. It's a Red Hot Chili Peppers EP, and yeah, I don't know, I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers and thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, it's just kind of a rare, like, it's out of print, you can't really find it too often. EPs are kind of always harder to find than like albums, so I decided to grab that, which is pretty cool. That was used. Now this next thing is something I am really excited about. Got this brand new, one of my favorite albums of all time, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye West, Deluxe Edition, CD plus DVD. I am going to do an unboxing of this eventually on my music channel. I might comment on it so you guys can check that out, but yeah, this is awesome, and it's got the reversible covers. It doesn't have technically the normal cover because it's blurred out, but that's fine because that's pretty iconic, it being blurred out. But yeah, when you buy it, basically, so it's got the ballerina like girl, and then there's a sticker, like a hype sticker that says Deluxe Edition, CD plus DVD, Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Features the singles Power, Monster, and Runaway. Exclusive DVD featuring the film Runaway. So yeah, pretty cool. I was really excited to see this because the last time I checked, every time I went to my local music store, they never had any Kanye, so I was really excited about that. Kanye is one of my favorite rappers, probably is my favorite rapper, honestly. Yeah, I think so. Just one of my favorite musicians of all time. So I was really excited to get that. And then when I was walking out, I grabbed the 2 CDs and I asked about Bobby Brown. Yeah, I know, you guys are probably like, Bobby Brown? The guy who was in New Edition and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Bobby Brown, but it's very hard to find his stuff, and I asked about if they had any of his stuff, and the guy said he'll look for it in like the back and all that, but they're like, this store is packed with stuff, so he said he'll like call. So I like gave my number, and then I'll get a call later down when he finds the stuff. But he went down like under why can't I think of the word? Oh, under the counter, and he was looking, and he rises up, and he has Bobby Brown's second album, Don't Be Cruel, vinyl. It's not in the best condition, but he handed it to me and said, take it. Like, he gave me that for free. So that was really cool. Just a really good experience. Really good place. Support your local music stores, because a lot of people don't buy physical media anymore, but if you do buy, try to buy at local music stores. You can still buy like stuff at Target and Walmart, but try to support your local music stores as well. That is basically it for the first episode of the DM11 podcast. Stay tuned for the future. Got a lot of stuff I'm working on, like, for this channel. Stay tuned for Botbusters 4, stay tuned for the Solo Experience 4, and stay tuned for episode 2 of the DM11 podcast. That's it. Bye.